Hey everyone, I thought I'd do a review of price action for today, the start of the new month. I did suspect there might be a bit of manipulation of price and testing the low, which is what occurred with high volume. So it swept that low that was put in on the 25th of June. So I marked that as a cascade low. So I didn't know how far it was going to go down. And then I marked in after the fact daily liquidity. So that was put in quite a while ago, if I can recall. So here, and it breached 50%, but didn't go much further, which is the good news. So we will have a look at price. So things to note, lower daily closes. So we're getting lower closes and opens. So not good. Higher 4-hour closes here, but we're getting significant retracement. I noted this composite as well for liquidity in the top, which was tested at 50%. So just incorporating where a definitive open and close is. So close and open on a buy and sell candle, incorporating that liquidity where there's a defined trend, and then using the top of that wick and then the top of the close on a buy candle where you're expecting price to move. So you could say, well, we've got all this liquidity in here, but we're up to this candle. Where is it going to go? Or you could go here, or it didn't test 50%, but it moved up, and then this opens, this closes, and this opens, and you're like, where's it going to go? Is it going to be rotation? Then test 50%. You look on the 5 minute, you get the double bear div, and it's pretty exemplary of a bearish divergent setup where you get the divergences here with the double bear div, and then you get the test of liquidity as well. The only issue is no high volume, so it would be speculative if there was rotation of price. That being said, it was 245, so it's kind of tailing off on the Asia session. So not something to be really worried about. We'll see if we get it on. No, we still don't get it on the 3 minute. What about the 2 minute? No high volume, 1 minute. We get high volume there. Whoops. So I'll lock that in place. Now, to go to, so unfortunately, today, from when I woke up, there was no. All right, so where was I? I think I was talking about top here. So nothing really indicative other than high volume on the 30-second, if you can believe that. But still getting a reduction in volume as well in the top. So reduction there, reduction here, and this is only to confirm trend with volume. Go to the 1 minute. Where do we have it here? We have it here as well. Nothing crazy though. It's nothing really indicative of a huge rotation. It's only the it's only RSI putting in the double bear div. 30 minute, I think there's a pivot. Yes, there is. So that's a good one too. And then I think, what about 1 hour? Nothing on the 1 hour. So there's that. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. I did have a look at EXO quickly. So what do we have? So in the bottom, we have finish auction on Bybit spot. So volume increasing in the bottom, big liquidation candle, still increasing. And then we get a reduction, and then we get the final huge volume in the bottom with sell-offs, and then finished auctions too. And then a change in delta with a reduction in volume. So probable that that would be the point of rotation. We go to Binance spot. So huge increase in, so you get finish auctions here on this massive liquidation wick. And then still large volume coming through for the final liquidation in the bottom with 1.6. And then you get rotation. So with this huge reduction in volume, and then you get positive delta. So, and then you get responsive buyers, despite having delta being negative. So, and then you get reduction in volume again coming out of the bottom. What about Binance perps? Well, we get huge liquidation volume in the bottom as well, and then it's reducing. So you're getting delta being positive, and then it just goes negative. For people trying to hold price down, maybe probably late shorts, thinking it's going to go down even further, and then you get the positive delta. So with extremely reduced volume compared to here. Oh, pardon me, sorry. What else of note? I don't think I can't remember if I mentioned this, but it was 30-second chart was representative of the bottom. Sorry if I'm going over this, but I actually paused the recording to have quite a long phone call. Yeah, it didn't even touch 50% of liquidity on the 30-second chart. Gives you a good indication. You just get the support on that last low on the 25th of June, and then you get the swing failure, just punching straight through. Get the daily liquidity, the 50% there, and then you get this where there's confirmation that there will be rotation back up. Highly probable. What else? Oh, and then also volume as well. So you're getting a reduction in volume, which would be high volume. This one, wick in the top and bottom, and then you get reduction in volume again, despite it being nearly as large as this, or actually as large as this candle. So, and then you get pretty much acceptance back above that cascade low point. You get acceptance above the cascade low point, and then you get responsive buyers after that. What else would I be looking for? 3-minute chart. So there wasn't really any, except for here, 10 past 6. I think we get a 50% test around there. Where would be the next entry? It'd probably be here. And then you get just beyond a 50% test. and that was just after the new month, new session open. And then, yeah, price selling off pretty aggressively. But there weren't many good entries to get on, like even with here. I mean, you get acceptance on the 50% line, but you nearly go all the way through. What else? You get that, and you get a double test of the 50%, and then confirmation up, but that would be a bit scary. You can take it, but you'd obviously want it lower than this. What else? Yeah, it's not the best setup, honestly. So, pass. Whoops. We'll get out of that. Get out of that. But yeah, it's I kind of messed up actually. I had put my entry around here. Screwed this up. So I'm down, I think 137 for the day, but that's all right. Because I used correct risk management. And so the total position size was 50,000. But I used correct risk management, and I was like, it happens. So yeah, it was just something to be mindful of, combining daily liquidity with even, surprisingly, 30-second liquidity for confirmation. But yeah, what else? And then the high volume, like I'll change the volume parameters for this, because I'll be interested to see if this hits at 175. What about 150? Because you could adjust the volume trigger based upon the Asia session, and that's on 3 minute. What about 5 minute? No. What about the 1 minute? That would tag it. That was through the simple moving average anyway. I'll move that back to 200% because that's been very reliable. But yeah. Well, I hope this helps. It's not the best example that I've given previously, but you know, it is what it is. What else? Like you get a test of the 50% as well. It's choppy price action at the moment because it's around developing monthly VWAP. You still get that 50% test again, and then you probably get like a 70, I don't know, just beyond 50% test. So you can stack them. And that's on the 5 minute too, not on the 3 minute. What would it look like on the 3 minute? If I can speak correctly. 50%. Yeah. So obviously changing resolution with charts as well. It's beneficial. And then just using intuition. Don't take every trade. It's not worth it. Mainly clarifying between 5 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. Daily for support, daily liquidity, 4 hour liquidity, 1 hour liquidity, and then you can go down and then decide how you want to approach it with the low time frames. But yeah, we will see if there's confirmation of this declining trend. And then we get acceptance back above that. What else? And then we get the 4 hour liquidity in here, which will be interesting too. See how that works. But yeah. All right, well, that is me done. Oh, what else? Yeah, I kind of been out of alignment a bit, honestly, because I've been um, kind of had to deal with some chaotic energy with a family member going through some health problems, and they're not obviously right in the head 100%. So I'm getting back on track, but it kind of affected my confidence as well. It's a very strange thing, but I'll post a video in my philosophy channel um, that's really helped me. And yeah, it's more getting into energetic alignment, and uh, I've found visualizing a future or something tangible with success really um, allows you to be more aligned or attracted to that future and that energy. It's a strange thing. I can't explain it well, but it's more like that you're off track when it happens and you feel it. And I felt very focused last week and I didn't have any problems, but like dealing with it over the weekend and on Monday, I felt as though I'd significantly lost alignment, or how would I say, synchronization. Yeah, that's a good one as well, with the energy that I was trying to align with. So last week everything seemed to click and it was more instinctive and I was in a flow state. But this week, or the start of the week at least, it's been chaotic. So I'm getting back on track. And yeah, I'll put some decent trades on. I am a bit annoyed with myself that I didn't get that one. I should have. It was more worrying how far it was going to go because I didn't have this liquidity level in. So the daily liquidity. So I didn't know exactly how far there was for it to run, and I was expecting a lot lower, like around monthly liquidity, but it didn't go that far, surprisingly. So yeah, it is one of those things. There are plenty more opportunities. There are plenty more setups that present themselves that are very similar to this. So it's more just being observant of that, sticking to your rules, sticking to your strategy, and going from there. And just being observant. And obviously, you can't be on the charts all day. It's not sensible to do that. It's more sensible to set alerts, particularly with high volume. I think I've got them turned off at the moment, but I base it off the high volume, high low churn on the 5 minute. So it's just basic high volume on the 5 minute that I set. And that really helps really target down those orders. You can obviously do a setup where you are wanting to target around the 50%, and you would say, well, it hasn't touched it yet. I'll probably put one here just above these orders so that there'll be a swing through this, take all these orders out, and then I'll potentially be able to get this this top and observe it, and then get the rotation down, because that would have been a good trade. Even on the closes, like say you go down to 1 hour support, 1.45%. So yeah. All right, well, that is me for today. Nothing really crazy going on. We'll go 3 minutes. I'm interested in New York. No, nothing. I mean, you get 50% just beyond that, but nothing really in there. All right, well, hope you guys have a good week and a good month. Just stick to the plan, stay the course, use risk management, and yeah, I hope these things help. It's obviously a guide. You can't be 100% with price action, but it gives you a map to see where you want price to go. So I will try and get better with these and have a look at other factors that will allow for better entries. I will also have a look at options too, related to BTC, and also the options market with SPX and NASDAQ. And I also am going to look into stocks. So yeah, you can look forward to that sometime in the future, near future. But yeah, all right, well, have a good month and have a good week, and you'll see me in the next video.